Okay, let me tell you about one of my many experiences with some of these outlaw motorcycle clubs. So, this is about a club in Texas by the border. They're one of the biggest, if not the biggest club in that area. They are huge. I mean, this club is not small by any means. It's got to be in the top three in the world as far as size. So, I got family down in Texas, and I'm going on there to do some business. I live in Michigan, so I go down to Texas to meet up with my family. No, my sister is dating the president of this club, not the president of the whole club, the president of the clubhouse. So he's probably got 20 to 40 people underneath him. Um, and they take their hierarchy pretty like they're pretty like hardcore about this shit. Like, if you hold rank within this club, like it actually means something down there. So, my camera's showing a battery that's gonna bug me. Anyway, so I get down there. I meet up with the guy, right? I walk in. The guy's all, "What's up, man? Feels like I've known you forever. Your sister's always talking about you. Blah 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 blah. How you doing?" Puts his arm around me. Uh, let's deal business later. Why don't you hang out for a little while? We're watching a movie in the other room, right? So I'm like, cool. And I'm a big vibes person, so like my vibes coming from this guy was that he's like totally in love with my sister, and he really really wants me to like him because he wants my sister to like him, right? So he's being super nice, and the vibes of the room were kind of chill. I kind of got a vibe of like some of these older guys might be like a little bit jealous of like my youth type thing, but they were like badasses, but for the most part they weren't like creepy old guys. They were like, some of them were like a little bit of that, like they were trying a little too hard, like a little too much to prove type old guys, but not all of them. Some of them seemed pretty fucking cool. And then there was like some other cats there that were like, my age, or just like my age now, but at the time they were a little bit older than me, probably like young 30s or whatever. So he's like, "Yeah, come hang out for a little while. Me and your sister are watching Blow in the other room." So I go in the other room, we watch the movie, me and my sister are chopping it up. Her friend is this beautiful girl. She introduced me to her friend. Me and her friend are chopping it up. Blah 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 blah. She's feeling me. She wants to fuck. So like me today, I'm not gonna fuck a girl just like that, just because she's beautiful and like there's chemistry. But back then, okay, yeah, she wants to fuck. I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? So I fucked the bitch in another room. You know what I'm saying? And everything's going smooth. It's a cool spot. Their clubhouse is really freaking cool. And he tells me we're gonna do business later. That's fine. We'll do business later. I'm in no hurry to get on the road and swim my ass off, scared as fuck, paranoid and shit. I'll chill here with this beautiful bitch I just met and chop it up. Hang out with my fam. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kicking it, right? As the night goes on, people are getting drunk. They're doing coke and shit. So I go to the fridge to grab myself one of those Mexican style pops, pineapple pop, Mexican pineapple pop. It's like the best fucking thing in the world, anyway. So I'm grabbing one of those, and then there's this guy behind me, and this same guy that was watching behind me as I'm getting a drink. He kind of was like mugging me, or kind of like mean mugging me, or like, I didn't know if it had something to do with the bitch or what his issue was. So, anyways, he kind of comes to the fridge. As I'm grabbing my drink, he goes, "Hey, you want to hand me a beer?" So my first instinct was to grab the beer, turn around, crack it over this motherfucker's head because he was eyeballing me. Like I said, I'm a big energy person, but I didn't do all that. So I reach in the fridge, I hand him a beer, and then I go, boom, and catch him right here in his shit. Like right here, right here on his fucking. I was aiming for like right here in his nose, you know what I'm saying? But I think I caught him a little bit underneath it, so kind of slid off his nose and cracked him right here on the top of his mouth. So his mouth's bleeding like a motherfucker. I lead up with the left. Bow, 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 bow. Hit him maybe 3 or 4 times. Next thing I know, shit, a bunch of the motherfuckers. There's like I said, it's their clubhouse, right? They see me hit one of their other members, so somebody comes up and hits me in the side of the head, bow. You know what I'm saying? He hit. I think it was like an older guy. I mean, he hit me, but it didn't seem like he hit me hard. Looking back on it, he probably hit me pretty hard. I'm not saying the guy was a bitch. I'm just saying my adrenaline was going. So I kind of backed up. I go into a corner like this, and I'm kind of protecting myself. And they're, bop, bop, bop. They're all trying to hit me and shit. But there's so many of them, and I don't know. I'm in the corner. Like the fact that there were so many of them almost played against. You know what I'm saying? Almost didn't work to their advantage in the corner. And my sister fucking comes running out the fucking other room. She comes running over. She runs out. She jumps on some guy's back. She's fucking screaming, "Get off my brother!" You know, and she's not to be fucked with. She's a female, but she's not to be fucked with, right? She's, "Get off my fucking brother!" Blah blah blah. The president comes running out. He's grabbing motherfuckers, throwing them on the ground, grabbing people off of me. What the fuck is going on here? Everybody fucking just stop for a minute. He fucking grabs me like this underneath my shirt, pushes me up against the wall, and he's holding me, dude. And fucking, by this time, some of the other club members, they've got my sister like this, you know what I'm saying? And she's, "Fuck you, fucking hands off him." He's holding me like this, and he looks at me in the eyes, and he goes, "You know I could fucking kill you right now." I said, "Yeah, I know that. Like, yes, sir. I'm sorry, man. I didn't. Look, I only hit him with my fist. I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect to your hospitality or against your club. The guy disrespected me. I punched him. That's all, sir. I swear I meant nothing by it." You know, he says, and then he repeats himself. He goes, "You know I could fucking kill you right now." "Yes, sir. I understand that. Yes, sir. Please. I understand that. I meant no disrespect. I would never disrespect you ever." You know what I'm saying? I'm really giving it my all because, you know, like, I'm not a bitch, but you put me in a certain situation. Yeah, I'm a bitch. Like, you know, the guy's, he killed me, right? "Yes, sir. I understand that 100%. Like, yes, I understand. Like, you know, of course, yes. You know, I would never disrespect you. I meant nothing by it. I'm so sorry. I would never disrespect you." Oh, that light's bugging me. So, anyways, yeah. So, you know, and he had to say that. He's got all his guys there. He's got to say that, like, you know. And so I basically put my tail in between my legs and said, "Yes, I understand that. Yeah, please." Anyways, he looks. He keeps looking. He takes his hand off my shirt. He looks over at my sister. He goes, "Let her go." You know, say, "Let her go," and she runs over. She kind of runs over to me, and she's looking at. She kind of runs over and gets real close to me, and she's like, you know, kind of like she. It's not like she ran over and gave me a big hug or something. She just like kind of like got like real close to me. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god," and and then she turns around and she gives her boyfriend a big hug and and her boyfriend turns around, the club president looks at the guy that's all bleeding shit, mouth's all bleeding shit like that, and he looks at him and he goes, "Do you have a problem, brother?" And the guy goes, "No." And he looks at me, he goes, "Do we have a problem?" I says, "Nope, I have no problems. I'm totally cool, right?" The guy's all bleeding and shit, and he cracks a smile. His teeth are all bleeding. He smiles at me, you know, and I smile back at him. Praise God is good, right? And that's damn near the end of the story. We go back in the other room, you know, watch the rest of the movie. I kind of that beautiful girl that I was talking to earlier, I kind of tried to keep my distance the rest of the night. Like, "You almost got me killed earlier, bitch. I'm not fucking with you. Like, let me watch the movie and hang out with my fam till the morning." You know, next morning comes, me and the president drink some coffee together. Walk. We actually took a walk down the street and got coffee. He didn't have his colors on, you know. We just walked down the street like two regular citizens, got a cup of coffee, walked back to the clubhouse, and then we went our separate ways there shortly after.